The Genius Act, which was enacted by Congress and the President back about a month ago or so, I think was a huge step forward that applied to stable coins.
I have no idea what you're going to, but I don't think we should waste our time.
Not tonight, sweetheart.
What's currently happening in the crypto market looks to me like a life-changing opportunity. And the reason I say this is because not only are you able to day trade it, but you can spot purchase crypto and wait for the long term. And the reason I say that is because articles like this that keep coming out are what are showing me that crypto could be the world's biggest long-term investment. And I was not a believer of this. Like, you can ask all of my friends, like, I did everything possible to stay away from crypto until about 2017 when I got in. But I'm a tech nerd. I knew about Bitcoin in 2012, right? Didn't choose to get it in 2017. And I'm telling you, don't make the same mistake I made. So in this video, I'm going to talk about how this upcoming spot listing could actually impact the price and the circulation and what that means for us as crypto holders, right? And I'll walk you guys some of the day trades that we've been currently on, what we currently have open, and the reasoning behind some of these current openings, and the goal with these trades in the next week, because last week was a beautiful, beautiful week. We had about a 2-3 day downhill. We lost about, there we go. Now it's uploaded. We had about 3 losing trades in a row, but you know what? When you go on a 7 to 8 winning trade streak, your profit and loss still looks beautiful for the week. And you can all do that using crypto, you guys. No questions asked. It's easy to use these exchanges. They're all non-KYC. The link is below. Easy to deposit, easy to trade right away, no questions asked. And they're still giving a 10% deposit bonus. So definitely use that to your advantage. But let's talk about this. So right now, there are large firms that are filing for XRP spot ETFs. And let's talk about what is an ETF, right? And it's an electronically traded fund. And what it does is it basically purchases a lot of XRP and allows people to trade it. So the more ETFs that we get, the more liquidity is entering into the XRP market, right? Because think about it. When the BTC ETFs came in, BTC shot up. It did take a couple of months, but then we saw that massive momentum push. Same thing with Ethereum, right? And that's going to continue happening. Now that it's even moving towards XRP, we're going to see a huge uptrend in XRP. And then if we take it to the TA portion of this, let's look at the long term. We can see that XRP has had a down run. Because we've had basically, I would even call it a bear market, right? Because this is the trend. We're making lower highs. You got to think about that, right? So from here to here now, it's been about 70 days, and we're down roughly a total of 23% only. That is really freaking good. And we can even zoom out higher, and we can look at some of these other drops, you guys. So like we've had this drop, which was huge at a 70%. This drop, you could consider the next bear market again. 78%. But then ever since we've entered this new territory, the bear market only goes to about 35%. In this one, we had a huge extension here, but about 50% was this one, and this one was about 50%. So if history does repeat itself, right? If history is going to repeat itself, and this is not the end of the bear, right? We're looking at roughly, we're at 25%. If we want to meet in the middle, we can assume 35%. All right, so we go down to 35% here, which ironically is actually the bottom of our channel, which puts XRP at $2.34, which is still totally fine, right? But we see that we can then safely assume that we'll get a bounce through these down to somewhere here. If it cannot break through this red one, right? If we cannot break through this giant red resistance trend line, in my opinion, we're going to keep going down, right? We have to, it's the only way to see the analytical approach in this situation, right? We don't actually even need the fib retracement currently on that, but that's what's currently happening. We see it hovering on this. Now, what you could do as a day trader is basically nudge and take this free uphill that we might do. We have a higher probability of moving to the upside till we hit back to that same resistance line, which gives us a 10% playing window. That doesn't necessarily mean you just chase longs. It just means it has a probability to do it. That's actually why I'm currently in a BTC Aster long and I'm in a Solana short, right? And I try to do that to kind of hedge my bet a little bit. But on top of that, it allows me to kind of take the runner and let it just run through and close out the losers, right? It's an easy way to kind of hedge my bet, specifically when the market has been so sideways, right? You want to make sure that you want to be able to kind of like get both sides of the coin, and you want to do your analysis on the market, right? So in XRP, it is a great position to start adding to your bag for a DCA long-term purchase, specifically because we see articles like this. Now, in a day trading perspective, you want to have a separate bag for that. And what you want to do with that is focus on your entries and your exits, because that's the only way you're going to make money day trading, right? If you do not do that, you will always lose. If you cannot control your emotions and enter and exit correctly, you will lose. So my current understanding of what's happening with the market is we're getting a lot more ETFs entering into XRP. And what that means for us, you guys, is a lot more liquidity entering into XRP in itself. The more money entering into XRP, the more liquidity, the more movement we're going to see, right? Especially if you're a long-term holder of XRP, just like me, my advice is to still keep DCAing. And I'm still going to keep doing that with XRP, BTC, Ethereum, and even Solana, right? And this is not necessarily hedging my bet, but what it is doing, because XRP or Solana and Ethereum and XRP kind of move in the same direction as BTC. But what it does allow me to do is hedge my bet within the crypto market. I'm diversifying within it. So if XRP has a huge governmental shift and a lot of countries end up entering XRP because they need it to be their currency to use, you guys, that will literally pump XRP to $20, $50, $100. Right? So that allows me to still diversify, where I was not a huge believer in the crypto market. I started the video explaining that. I was not, but now I truly am. I see the value in it. I see the use case of it. I see the benefit. I've been hacked. I've lost a lot of money. It happens. But you know what? It makes it so much easier. So the benefit is worth some of the struggle and the extra effort I do have to put in. It's kind of like owning a Tesla. All right. Thanks you guys so much for watching. Do not forget, there is still that 10% deposit bonus link under there for BTCC. You can log in, deposit money, and start trading within minutes, right? Super duper easy. Easy as hell to make gains. Easy as hell to just be consistent. And the best way to make gains, you guys, is just to be consistent. You are going to take some losses. Like, look, we made about 4,500 last week, and we lost about 1,000 so far from it. But we will make it back up because the market always moves. And you just keep playing, right? It's the equity curve over time, right? That's the best way to really understand trading. Thanks, you guys. I'll see you on the next video.